Where the bloody hell's that gone? There it is. Alright guys, I found it. I found it. Better go if you come with us, eh? Well, another week. As you can see, the snow's all gone. We're no longer in the Antarctic. I found my tape measure. Right, so this week what we're looking at. We're looking at the gas membrane setting up and also my new tape measure that I bought. Right, so what do we have? I've already taken the time and have done this whole half of the build with the gas membrane and building up. As you can see, I showed you briefly in the snow, but as you can see we've got all the walls all the way around. I've left this flank down here for us to do together, so I'll show you how it looks before you put anything in. You got these vents which are for the air bricks. Air brick on the front, it goes into the vent goes down, and then that goes under into the block and beam floor. A while ago I built those vents in before I even put the block and beam floor in, if you can remember that far back, and this is just an addition to them. I've taped them together just for my own personal satisfaction really, I guess. Then we'll come up to this section here, which I finished yesterday. You put the gas membrane in like so. Goes in line with the brickwork, folds down, and then goes along the bottom. It has to stick out because we've got to stick the other stuff to it, but I'll get to that. And as you can see on the corners, everywhere is taped together with tape to make it airtight. You build on top of it and put insulation in the back of it, and we also have wall ties in here that connect the two leaves of walls together. I put tape all around the sewer pipe so nothing can escape through there. Right, first things first, we're going to get this section along here. We get the roll of membrane out and just roll it along exactly as I've done throughout the whole rest of the job, and yeah, I'll just show you how that's done. But first things first, we need to sweep all this up, because anything like this bit of brick or bit of muck or something, if any of that pierces that gas membrane and have a little hole in it, that defeats the object of it, because the gas could seep through. Now, the reason why we have to have this gas membrane in here is because behind that hill there's, well, or there was many moons ago, there was a landfill site. So we have to put this gas membrane in because over here, we're far away from that where the landfill was, that there's a chance that some of this gas could seep up through the ground. I can't ever see it happening. This house has been here for long enough and it never bothered anyone, but you have to follow what the council say, so it has to be put in. Let's sweep this up and get this membrane put in. Alright, so once we're all swept up, you get the roll of stuff and you just roll it straight out. All this stuff basically is just really thin plastic, probably a millimetre at the most. Foil on one side, plastic on the other side. And then once that's all rolled out, we just set it up here and get it ready. So let's do that. And then once we've done that, got a fine art of joining it all together, where one set of tape, two set of tape, and one knife comes into play. So let's work this bit out. Right, so what we're going to do down here is cut this to make sure that it laps together nicely. We've got another bit that's going to go over this corner with a nice big overlap. I'm going to try and make it lap over as much as possible so we get good coverage over it. Looks like we'll stick that around about there. So first off, You put the blue on the underside of it to stick it together and across the top, and the silver goes over the top. Like chewing gum, this stuff. So there we go, one finished corner, all taped up as you saw. Lovely. I was going to show you all of them because, as you can, well, I sped that footage up, but it's good 20 minutes for each corner, and there's a fair few around here. So I took that away from you. I did the hard work, so you can just see the nice finished job. Then what I'm going to do is build the blockwork up and put the insulation in. So I won't take long for that, I'll just do that because, well, I can just quickly show you here now what it looks like. You've got the damp tray, well, not the damp tray, the gas membrane, as we've just done, and then all you do is you leave a 100mm gap from back here. You can't really see, but from the brickwork you leave a 100mm gap to the inside of this block, and then this is 50mm. There is a gap behind it, you can see. There's a this is 50mm insulation. All it is look, pull it out. So as you can see, there's all the tape down there that's connected, all tied up there to hold the two leaves together. And all you do is, once you build all that first, do that like that, 100mm gap. Then all you do, slide the insulation in like that. Job done. I've finished doing the gas membrane over here, and then I'll go around. I'll build all these walls. Hopefully after that I'll show you the damp tray. It's exactly the same as this, but without the silver on the back. It's just this plastic, and all it does is it goes from here, trays down and onto here. Now the reason you do that, you can get condensation on the inside of the walls, so that damp tray, what it does, any condensation that's on the back of the insulation that runs right the way up the wall will trickle down it, land on this plastic and come out through this wall. The thing's called weep holes, which you put in between bricks instead of a mortar joint, so that it allows the water to leave. This is a weep hole, so that would sit in like that. That's sitting like that. Ignore obviously bond, but that damp tray would go behind that brick, up and up to there, and all that water that would be in there would run out through here, just drip off the end of there. And these would probably go every 4 bricks or so. While I'm quickly building these walls here, I want to take a second and tell you about my new tape. They are a necessity for anyone who's doing brickwork, and they're just really handy. Right, so you got normal brick, my new brick tape and a normal brick tape, a normal tape measure. So let me just show you the difference real quick. So a normal tape measure, millimeters on the bottom and then inches on the top, and that's it. It just goes through, red line every 100mm and then the black line every foot. Now, being in the modern age, don't really use feet and inches, and this is what the brick tape looks like. So yeah, at the bottom you have millimeters, again red line every 100mm, and then on this top section it's something completely different. It gives you the outline here. So bricks are here, this is the linear, so top down. Bricks, blocks, that's a half block, so it's as if you're looking at the block like this, or you're looking top down on the brick or top down on the block, or whatever it is you're working with. And then, so this is telling you how long they are. So if I open it up, I'll put that along the top of that block and it comes up one block, that red line just here. That's blocks. 2 is bricks. If you forget, you look down at the section and go, oh yeah, bricks, 2 bricks. So 2 bricks is the same as 1 block. Because I'm using Flemish bond, it doesn't work with bricks at all. Also, remember I was saying to do the gauge, you need to know your 75 times table to go up 1 course, 2 course, 3 course, 4 course. A row of bricks is called a course, so 1, 2, 3, 4 courses. And on this tape measure, it tells you your 75 times table. As you can see by the bit that's outlined where it says courses, it's got a little picture of bricks behind the number, so 4, 5, 6, and that would be going up. So 1 course, 2 course, 3 course,
and so on and so forth, to make sure you get the height right. So this whole building at this level, I made sure it's completely level with the optical level that we used, the dumpy level. So it was all level. So what you do is you take this tape measure, or what's also known as a gauge rod, which would have the courses marked out on there, and you just put it next to where you're building your brickwork and just follow it up, like so. But because these bricks are so different, it shows here that I am fantastically high. But because the bricks are so different, they're so much bigger, I can't really use that. So I kind of have to make up my own gauge and go with that. If you don't have a brick tape, or if you are like me, you can't use that, then you just have to make a note and tape every course as you go around on each corner. Just tape it up, and once you get one, you get a bit of wood like so. You put it next to all your brickwork, get a pencil and just mark off the top of the brick 1, 2, 3. So you take that gauge rod and put it around each other one, and just once you lay the brick there, you put it down, you check it. If it's a bit high, you tap that brick down, make sure it's in line with those lines on the wood, and then you're good to go. But also, another main reason why I love this tape so much is because when you are doing what I'm doing here, you're setting out and you don't have a corner at this end, you use this to tell you which way round that block would go. Would it either go this way or would it go this way? Because I haven't explained building block corners. As you can see here, you have a block and a 100mm cut and then another block. The reason you have the 100mm cut is because as these are only 100mm wide, they are 440 odd millimeters long, so it wouldn't be half bonded. You wouldn't have the half bonded. This block here would be right over here, and the joint wouldn't be over here, it would be somewhere down here. So you have to put 100mm in to bump that over. And the reason why I use that tape is because if you haven't built this corner, you need to know which way round the 100mm is going to go. Is it going to go on this side, or is it going to go on this side? So what you do is you run your tape along there, and it will tell you on here how many blocks it is. As you look on here, it says the red one is blocks. So you come along, you see 1 block. So that part of the tape measure is 1 block. And then it comes over to 2 blocks, 3 blocks, etc, etc. So you put the tape along there and you come up to this end, and it will tell you if it's going to be a half block, a full block, or a cut. And now obviously in this case it was a full block and it fitted in perfectly. And then I knew that I need to put this block in here and then 100mm on this side, and then have this coming this way, and then obviously build the corner on top of that. So that's my new favourite tape, a Fisco Brickmate tape. Yeah, I'd say they're a very worthwhile addition to your toolkit. They'll save you a lot of hassle, a lot of time, and a lot of errors. That's that. I will come back to you guys when I've done this bit of block work. Right, as I said, I'll come back when it's all done. It's a little bit more than all done. It's been a couple of weeks now since last clocked in with you guys, when I said I was just going to put a bit of block work up. I've gone a bit mad. This is the damp. So what we have here is we have a tray. Let me go inside and I'll show you. We have a tray of damp like this, and it goes from this this course of block work inside, trays down, and then across like that. That's essentially it. Block work sits on here. I just chopped a little bit of excess, just chopped that off so inside you don't see it. The bricks go on top of here, and those weep holes go in between in the joints, so that if there is any water that dribbles off the insulation, it drops down here and then goes behind the brick and out the wall. I put wall ties in. These are in to tie the 2 leaves of the wall together, the block work and the external brickwork, and there's a 100mm gap, as you can see, between the brick and the block. 100mm there. This insulation is 50mm, and that's going to go on there, and then there's going to be a 50mm gap between the brick, and that is that detail like so. And I've run that all the way around the whole building. The building inspector has already been, he's already said okay, hence why I've started building. I got a little bit eager, a little bit ahead of myself, and I've taken it upon myself to start the build. And I've done almost half of the first floor. It's probably been a couple of weeks since I clocked in last. Oh, and also, think of it, these have all been taped with damp tape on the outside, and also some blue damp tape in there that sticks the two together. And then, so that's, there you can see it here, just poking its nose out there. It's blue double-sided sticky tape, and you just stick it together at every join. And then obviously the gas membrane has been stuck together with the gas membrane tape. So that's every detail. And the last thing I want to show you is I made a start on the fireplace. I had to because the visible part of it is the same height as where the blocks are. So that is the start of the fireplace, and I will probably do either the next video or the one after the next video just about the fireplace. As you can see behind me, I might as well show you that I've been busy. I wasn't really going to show you, but that's a quick peek. I'll go through more about that next time. I just wanted to show you that detail, that damp detail. This is what it looks like on the other side. I've got wall ties everywhere. I'll go into more detail about that next time. Yeah, going through, that's what it looks like. I will leave it there for this episode. Well, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you want to continue on this journey with me. Check you out next time. Take it easy.